What's up? I think we are live. Let me refresh this, make sure the volume's down before it gets echo in there. And okay, I think we're good. Let me know if you can hear me, see me. We can start the show. I don't really know how many people are going to come into this live show. Number one, Facebook, I think it's been down all day. Instagram has been down. So I don't even know if people have been seeing posts. I've been trying to put it out in the stories that I'm still going to do a live show. No clue if people saw anything or not. It kept on like freezing on me. But also the title's a little weird, but trust me, it's going to make sense. And we're going to go through the full thing like we normally do. Power rankings, store updates, where are they building new stores, the full thing, shout outs, and what's going on right now in our Ross Burlington Marshall's world. So let me say what's up, everybody. Kelly, Cindy, Ron J, let's see, Ellie, Luis, more people coming in, Doug the Pug, Zach, what's up, Hustle and Muscle, Luis, Joseph, who else did I skip over? Go Blue, Max, Hustle and Silence, what's up? More people coming in, Bartek, Jimmy, H Family Finds, GBTL, Eric, okay, more people coming in. First things, right? So you guys saw it. Odell Beckham traded to the Browns, and right now, if surprised me even saying this, if you have Browns gear or Browns items, now is the time to sell. Listing those on eBay and wherever else, you can make pretty good money right now since people are hyped. Didn't think I'd ever say that, but Brown stuff right now selling. So throwing that out there. Okay, Stevie D, what's up? Derek. Okay, let me move this to the side and we will go into the full screen share mode like we normally do. Oh man, Browns. Okay, let me switch this and make sure we are set to the screen share. Okay, application. Here we go here. Share. Move this out of the way. And okay, let me know. Make sure you guys can see it. So we're going to start off with our opening thing, which is, let me refresh, make sure. All right, our opening thing, which is this Ralph Breaks the Internet. So I finally saw this movie. It's been out for a while. Finally, Redbox got it. And eBay is plastered all over it. And which I think great for them as far as being seen. Because eBay, I mean, a lot of people, especially young people, I don't think they really know or care what eBay is. So finally saw that, and spoiler alert, Ralph ends up buying something and takes forever to pay. And I mean, if I was the seller, I mean, you're pretty much got to open a case against this guy. I mean, it took forever to pay, but finally figures it out and does. Okay, our word, value. And I'm surprised that I even have to talk and mention value because it's still going around with a lot of like sneaker YouTubers and all that talking about, you know, reselling being a bad thing and resellers being a bad thing. And I say value because really it comes down to what are the shoes worth. And I think it'd be kind of interesting being in a conversation when it comes to all this stuff because I do collect, but I also, I mean, I resell more than anything. But if it would be very dumb or hypocritical of me if I was like, hey, I really want turbo greens, but I don't want to pay over retail. That'd be ridiculous because I'm a reseller. I know what a shoe is worth. Or if I remember PGs when they first came out, the PG PlayStations. Really, really wanted them. And if I really want them, I got to put up the money and get them. I mean, what's the value on those now? And it just, I don't know, it's just kind of funny that we're still having to go through these conversations with reselling and how it's bad. And a lot of the collectors that are still crying over the whole situation and supply and demand, this whole thing. So our word is a value of this week. My example here just showing turbo greens, but yes, turbo green size 8, definitely a hold 8, 8.5, 9, all the good sizes. Okay, let's get into the stores that are opening. So if you hear dogs barking, they're my dogs. They're in the other room. Hopefully not get too loud. All right. So Kokomo, Indiana. Anybody in this area for Indiana? But Ross opened Saturday. This was, I think, last week. So I think it just opened this Saturday or this last Saturday. Does that make sense? So Ross in this Kokomo, Indiana part. Let me know if you're in this area. I hear the pug. Yes, you do. He's over there in the other room. We just gave him a snack too, and now he's like getting loud. I want some more food. So Ross open. Remember, I tell you, you have to go to the grand openings. You have to go as soon as they open, because Burlington, Ross. I haven't really been to a grand opening of Marshalls though. Always really good stuff. All right, San Antonio, Texas. Shout out to Braulio who texted me and he was like, "Hey, San Antonio's gonna get a new Ross. You didn't talk about it. Here's a little like press release about it." And this one opened, I think, last week. So San Antonio, March 9th, 2019, when it opened. So that was last week too. Brand new Ross in San Antonio. They already have a lot also in San Antonio. So shout out to Braulio. Shout out to Tim. Who's probably out there in San Antonio. I don't know if you went, but new Ross there. All right. The biggest thing, like when I was searching for Ross news, was talking about how they're opening up 100 new stores. And we already talked about this because when we did the breakdown last week, we read the whole thing about their numbers and what they were looking at. And so Ross, the tagline, powers through retail apocalypse, plans to open 100 new stores. So right now, if you're trying to search for Ross news, that's pretty much like the biggest thing going on right now for Ross, just opening new stores. But we already know this. Ross has been dominating. They don't want to fall into the same thing as Sears and Kmart and Toys R Us. They're in for the long haul. Everybody loves Ross. That's why they keep building more. Fabian, what's up? And this one, okay, so Marshalls. Let's get into Marshalls. We don't really have any other Burlington. Colorado Springs. I don't know if we mentioned that one before or not. But Colorado Springs, let me see. That's for Hustle and Silence. So that one, hopefully I get some new news about it. I'll put that up. But Ranson, West Virginia, Marshalls coming soon to this West Virginia development. And this one is pretty out there. I guess if you're in like Baltimore, aka District Deals kind of area, this is a little bit further out. But they're getting a Marshalls being built. And the other Marshalls news that they had were these heating pads recalled due to fire and burn risk. I don't remember seeing. Well, then again, I'm not really searching for this kind of stuff at Marshalls. But recalling more than 5,000 heating pads nationwide due to possible fire hazard. So there we go. French Bulldog, the Fox, the Cat, Blue Owl. Throwing that out there. That's the only other Marshalls news we had. So I had to throw something in there. No other Burlington news. No other Burlington news about opening stores. And that's where we're at news-wise for Ross, Burlington, Marshalls. Okay, I don't know what happened to this West Virginia, but it's on here again. Let's go to the power rankings. This is where we're at right now, and nothing has really changed. Burlington is still number one. I'm going to show you examples why. Ross, 2, 3 stars. And then Marshalls, I can just tell you right now, Marshalls has been, man, it's giving me headaches at this point. Marshalls was on top of the world at one point because they had really good things, brand new with box. I've seen people with Air Max 95s at 59, and then I saw some people Air Max 95s at 79. I don't know what happened there. Maybe it was like per store, or have they all changed? That's a $20 swing right there, 59 to 79. Let me know in the chat if you noticed that or not. TJ Maxx, they're nothing new. And trust me, I've been going to these stores and it's been really, really bad, especially DD's discounts. I went this week and man, I don't even know what else they have and how they get so many people coming in and what they're buying, because they're not buying shoes, that's for sure. Ross is kind of holding on for right now. But I don't see them overtaking number one anytime soon. The reason why, Burlington, not in my area, trust me, but the DMs, the emails, what people have been sending me, just high quality things out there that I'm like, I've never seen these things in I don't know how long, what's going on. But Air Max 97s, men's and women's, been showing up. LeBron 16 are still out there. I've been on the prowl, been trying to find that shoe, have not found it. People finding Vapor Max at Burlington. I don't think I've ever seen Vapor Max at Burlington. And high-end cleats, yes, they are on the comeback. I know last week we were in between, like, is this new or not? People's trying to tag me on old stuff. No, high-end cleats still out there. So JBATL says 95s are 59 still. That's good. Ross with the 270s, even that I think has somewhat fallen. Air Max 97s, people have been finding more of those in the women's. PG ones, I saw random PG ones this week. And soccer cleats here and there, nothing really that great. And then Air Max Deluxe, those are still out there. Let me make sure we didn't freeze, make sure everything's good here. Okay, we're good. Marshalls was dry in Fresno today. It's from Joseph. Let's see, 79 for Air Max 95s here. That's from Kelly. So that's, see how interesting. $20 swing, 79 from Kelly, and then JBATL at $59.99 from the Air Max 95 from Marshalls. What's up, Ocean So, David, Miami Beach. Marshalls right now is Adidas Outlet in Nike Shox Heaven. And that's the thing that I was kind of worried about. Once we saw really good things from Marshalls, then we saw these like slowly come out. I was like, man, they're gonna stick to this stuff for a while. And I was like, it's not gonna be good. Let me see. I miss when Marshalls was Marsh Halls. Exactly. It's been a while. Burlington Kyrie 3 Christmas Samurai for $45. Ross is kicking it here. That's from David. Let me see. Completely Dead, South Florida. That's from Enrique saying, from Burlington. So let me get into it. Why is Burlington still number one? Shout out. District Deals. This alone, not even going through the hashtags, last 3 posts are why Burlington is still number one. Now, not for me, at least not in my area. I'm still giving it number one. But Burlington, Vapor Max, Air Max 97s. What's the deal with this Vapor Max, though? I got to ask him. District Deals, I know he's here. I don't know what happened with this Vapor Max, what this like lettering thing is in the back. That's kind of weird to me. I never seen something like this Vapor Max, but let me know. Marcus says 49 for the King LeBron 16s at Burlington. That's exactly what I've been looking for. Haven't found them. District Deals needs to write a book on how he does it. That's from Joseph. Rare colorway. That's what he said for this one. I found Air Max 2017, 2 pairs too. That's a good find too. Those always sell well. 1 of 1, random. Yeah, that is kind of weird though. But I think you'd put on there that you did research. You didn't find anything about it. $60, and this one at 70 though. But still, I mean, I really don't see any of that stuff around. Found some fake Vapor Max at Ross. Be careful out there. It wouldn't surprise me though if people are returning random. I think it's way easier to return fakes and random stuff at Ross than at Burlington. Because Burlington, if you noticed, if you ever try to pay for something that doesn't have the tag, they're going to look it up by style code, and they actually do have it there in the system. Ross is just going like whatever worker, whatever they think and find, and whatever you give them. You don't even have to have the original tag, Ross tag. They're just going to go with it and assume you're telling the truth. Probably the scariest thing about Ross. All right, and why Burlington is also still number one. Maximum Fines has just been killing it out there. Air Max 97 JDI, and it looks like the tag at $59.99. And we just talked about value and resale price. I think I bought these for $129 on eBay, and now people are finding them at Burlington for $60. Hopefully I'll find some sort of 97s out there, but it hasn't happened. I'm still on the prowl. Shout out to Maximal Finds for this one. And I think he also found the LeBron. So he's just been on fire right now. Halfapino, what's up? Halfapino, have you found any 97 anywhere? Ross or Burlington, let us know in the chat. Found Marshall's LeBron Soldier 10 selling high on eBay. There's some different colorways too that are selling good of various LeBrons out there. I think some new soldiers came out at Ross recently. What's up, Dan? Let me see. Best thing I found from Marshalls were Supreme boots. And that one was wild. You know what? That one, and there was another one too that I had on here, and I didn't get to put them on there because of dumb Instagram that was falling and messing around today. Ross Halls, what's up? Ron J says, well, oh, no 97s, women's 95 from Halfapino. And this one too. Sorry to whoever sent this one to me. I went to go today. Instagram was down, but shout out to you sending me the photo. $50, Speed Turfs, great colorway, the red and black. And I think Faith also found this colorway too. 129, 149. Great pickup for the Speed Turfs. I actually sold both of mine too from Burlington, so you can keep on the lookout for the Speed Turfs out there. Really good buy out there. I don't think it really matters in the colorway either. They've been selling good. Let me see. Women's 95s today, size 11.5. Burlington. There we go. Instagram was lame today. District deals down. I left those. Talking about these district deals. Slacking. All right. Let me see. All right. We're having froze. Everything's good. Okay. So let me talk about our topic for today. NFL teams and what I mean. So right now, there you go. Faith said already sold hers. Saw someone they post Sesame at Ross. Not sure if real. We're gonna get into that also later on the shout outs. So which NFL team are you in and why? So right now, I mean, at the very beginning of the show, I talked about you don't necessarily have to know NFL stuff to get some of these and what's going on. But earlier, this whole NFL free agency thing, you've probably been following stuff if you're on Bleacher Report and everything else about football. And of course, OBJ getting traded to the Browns. Now people are talking about the Browns, and it's been about this whole thing. NFL, I guess, free agency stuff takes over baseball and other things you don't really want to watch. So which team are you and why? So I'm going to break down some certain things in football and teams and how they relate to reselling. And we can give some tips in the chat on where to go from here. And I think valuable input from the chat will be good for this topic. So let's get into the first one. So in case I didn't know, the Cardinals have the first pick for the NFL draft. And to me, I see this as like you're a rookie, you're fresh into reselling, right? You have the first pick, aka you have some money to use, but most of all, you have some time to learn. How should I invest? So if you're the Cardinals of reselling, how should you approach this? And I get this email a lot as far as rookies and what they should do. My advice is watch as many free content as possible. Go YouTube. Doesn't have to necessarily be my channel, even though, come on. You can watch wherever you want, but definitely taking all the free info you possibly can. Going through Instagram as well. There's some really good, you want to follow like hashtag, Ross finds, other things like that. Just see what people are getting into, but it doesn't necessarily have to be all about Ross, Burlington, Marshalls, and all of that. Because if you're a rookie getting into it, you really want to start off slow. You really want to get into just low-cost items. It could be thrifting. It could be garage sales. It could be into those things first. But really what you have to do here is learning the process. You have a lot to do and to grow. And that's not a bad thing. I think that's a really, really good thing because you don't have to necessarily rush into things. Like, don't try to get into Ross finds now or Marshall's finds now because you think it's what everybody else is doing or the hot thing or things like that. You really want to learn and then get into it. So year number 2, year number 3, you're going to get better and better and better at it. So what you should should be investing in low cost items. Um, and like I said, thrifting, garage sales, things like that. And then when you do get into the Burlington stuff, focus on the things that are like high end cleats. I mean, you're only spending $20, a very low risk, high reward when it comes to that. And then as time goes on, you can build that up. So that's my example for if you're like a Cardinals, right? All right. Here's unfortunately, yes, I am a Dolphins fan. And if this is you as a reseller, you've been average and now you need to start all over again. And there was at one point, probably I would say 3 years ago, maybe. Um, 3, 4 years ago, and I was like, I really don't like the the inventory I have right now. And in my head, I was, if I could just start over, I would. If I could just sell the things that I had, um, and start all over again and start fresh, then I would do that. Bucks, yes, Bucks, because they actually have a new coach and they're pretty much. I mean, when is the last time Bucks have really done anything? They started off strong and they just started to just decrease over and over again, and now they're at a place to where they got a new coach, and I guess they're going to commit to Winston, but I don't know if that's going to happen either. So they are kind of lost and just kind of been there and thinking that um maybe adding in a couple of things here and there is going to change things, and that's not going to happen. Sometimes it's good to start all over again and to start fresh and to really think about the long term and your goals. And in my case, think back then when I had a lot of the inventory that I didn't like, I was like, man, I really wish I could just start all over again and pick high quality items that would work, um, and not having this thinking that buying little bits and pieces here and there would solve the bigger picture. That's not the case. Sometimes it's good to start fresh and you don't have to be embarrassed from starting fresh either. And thinking of a long term plan, long term goals in that case. That's a rough list to pick from. Exactly. Almost a year in, sold 84 pairs of shoes and cleats so far, learned a lot. So there you go. Ross Schulz. Is that like a Ross Marshalls hybrid? Um, I remember being in that situation. I got heavy into football cleats. Exactly. I think, and that's the case. Having a lot of football cleats during that like untouchable time, not the good ones. You're probably thinking that too. And like I said, don't be embarrassed from that if that was you and during that case, because some people had a lot of those football cleats, even still picking up some of those football cleats. Maybe they're not moving. Think about what you can do to get your money back. If you want to go through OfferUp, even some of the garage sales people will pay if you're going to get your $20 back if they're not moving. But don't be embarrassed to start all over again and then invest in other things that are going to make your business run effectively. So, football trash. Let's go to the next one. You live in the past. Like, remember the good old days of Ross finds before YouTubers ruined it? Remember the good times when, I can go into Ross, I can get 4 or 5 different pairs, and I could sell them quickly, and I didn't have much competition. I was on top of the world, and I haven't really done much since then. And every time I see people that are doing well now, I have to remind them of the past when I was doing great. Uh, so this is kind of like the teams, of course, that have done well. Cowboys, we know. Cowboys fans that I know of, they always want to tell me how well they did in the 90s. Well, the 90s are over, and we have to move forward, and we got to do better what we're doing now in the business. And a lot has changed, even Ross finds in general. Like I remember, I remember when there was, of course, there was a lot less competition, but I remember even making YouTube videos, and there was no one doing like Ross YouTube videos or anything talking about that. But even then, Instagram wasn't even around. So think about the combination of hashtag Ross finds and, of course, YouTube and everything else that's going on. But things catch up with the times anyway. I mean, it would be dumb for me to think that if that's hilarious. If I didn't do Ross videos, someone else would have. And what I always tell people is depends who that person was, or maybe who else would have done it. They might have wanted to charge a course and have guides and want to do all this stuff to pay money for Ross find stuff that you don't have. I mean, it's not like rocket science to figure things out. So this one, I think, is a really good example talking about the past and and hey, some of them have some bright futures, but it's about moving forward. Callie finds, what's up, Cowboys? That's hilarious. First time catching live stream. Let's go. Andrew, appreciate that. Not everything will sell in 30 days. It's from Ross Holes. Let's see. I'm kind of new here just to say what's up. Thanks for the helpful info. Baseball cleats are selling well. Cowboys are going to win it all this year. There we go. Blended steals. Let me see. Join my course to become a millionaire in 6 months with Ross finds, running ads, everything. Let me see. Let me go back up. I remember when we were happy to Hustle Bee. Let me see. Let me go back up. There's another one on here. Oh man. Oh, return stuff at 30 days. Yeah, things would sell. You can. Raiders. Oh, Raiders will be on here. Let's go to the next one. All right. You overpay for things without doing the research. And the reason why I have Lions, I think Lions and Redskins really pay true to this title and this sentence. Raiders have had their mix here and there. Jaguars also hit or miss. We're going to see what happens when they pick, with Foles running. But overpaying for things, and this comes into play for I'm at the comments. This comes into play for Ross finds really, really well because we've had a mix between, a lot of the TNs or Air Max Plus, a lot of these things that have come out. Some of them have been pricey, 59, 69, even some of the finds that we saw that District Deals had posted. And, that's what we always say, to do the research and pay attention to a lot of these details and when they're selling. So it's almost like, when you're looking something up, who's selling it now? What are your competition in that size? What is it selling for? What did it sell for the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? Paying attention to these research and figuring out the stats that supply this, that makes sense with your buy. Just because it's an Air Max Deluxe doesn't mean you have to buy it. Just because it's an Air Max Plus doesn't mean you have to buy it. Going further into the research doesn't mean that every colorway is going to be the best buy either, or even for the football cleats. I remember them being, they're $20. Doesn't mean you have to buy them. Do the research. Does it make sense? Is it because it's cheap? Should I buy? No. Do the research, go further, and makes sense, then you buy it. Tannehill jersey had on me for about 4 months. That's from Eddie. Sorry about that, Eddie. Dolphins, I know we suck. They know we suck. And Tannehill jersey is going to be on there. If Impact of the Game has to buy it and sell it for $1 less, Hustle and Muscle. Let me see. I found Alpha Menace Burlington for 20. I found a suede jacket tags 1,195 at Ross. Nordstrom price 149. Sold it today for $399. There we go. That's from David. Nice little flip right there. Found some Alpha Menace Elites today, 59 at Burlington. Let me see. Lions pay full price for Hyper Dunks. Lions are the people that are buying the low end cleats for at 34 to resell. You guys are brutal. Don't buy Alpha Menace. Untouchable 3 Elite only cleat I'll buy. Just donate all your 10L jersey to Hustler Hacks. Even mine, I've only wore a couple of times. I don't even have the rest. I'm from Miami. I'm like, come on, guys. That's from Eddie. All right, let's go to the next one. I feel like a lot of us are at this stage. You're on the rise. You have a plan in place, but you don't know how else to grow. So sales are great. You can replenish items with your plan, but need a few more steps to get where you want to be. So this case, I feel like it's like you're doing well. You've made the playoffs a couple of times. you have a plan, but there's just some things there that you need to do to get to the next level. And I feel like a lot of us are in this stage, like I said earlier. And so here are my examples when it comes to team wise. But let me know in the chat if this is you, reseller wise, and what do you think you need to do to get to that next level? If you do have a plan in place, and give me my feedback before I get into the comments. I'm thinking that maybe it has to do with getting out of your area. This is one of the reasons why we even started doing Out Hustled, was because of how dry my area was. Ken didn't even have Ross. Still barely going to get one Ross. It's like, if we want to grow, we have to do something different to add more inventory. And in that case, I was like, we got to get out there and do something to bring more inventory back. And now that I've done that, I'm still like, something else has to happen to get to the even further next level. And JBATL says they need to get ungated on Amazon. That's a good example to get into the next level and where you want to be. Because here, I feel like you have a level of success, but there's just some things here and there that you're trying to get to. I just want to get IG likes and shout outs. Hustleby. Let me see. Is being the pages having an inside guy? Exactly. That's cheating and finding any way to win. Let me see. Let me go back up. I'm a cult championship on the horizon. That's from Blair. Let me see. And think of consignment. So see, there's a little mix in there that trying to figure that out. And what else you need to do. Let me know in the chat. What else do you need, or do you think you need to do to get further? And from where you're at right now, Patriots equal district deals. That's hilarious. Let me see. I travel on weekends, supplementing with pallets. Plus, I have someone started to clean my house. So Faith's finding other things to free up time, which is really important. Free up time for yourself to either list, source, taking photos, looking to jump into wholesale for FBA. That's from Sean. So that's a good one too. Wholesale might be one to kind of dab into, but I feel like you're not one piece away. I feel like you're like a couple little mini pieces away to put all that together. So that's what I think for this one. There are some things though to get one piece away. We're going to talk about that one. Cali Fines, $10. Appreciate that. Cali Fines, great dude. Out there, California, San Diego, and of course, Gritty Girl Boss, Haruna also here, San Diego. Appreciate that, $10 for the super chat. All right, let me go. Here's the next one. All right, so jets and bills. You're part-time, you want to be full-time, you're trying to find your identity, and you're still slapping pieces together with no real plan. This is trouble for me. Well, talking about reselling, I'd rather be at Cardinals level as a rookie just starting out. What am I going to do? What I'm going to invest in, than to be in this mess to where probably where no one's really taking you seriously. Like I said, you're kind of doing this here and there, but even wanting to be full time, you don't even have the pieces together to be part time. It's like you're just there. And trying to find your identity, I think, is extremely important. And what I have to do for identity wise is that, you've tried some things here that you like, but you're not committed to that either. It's like, you're trying out Ross Finds, but then again, you've also tried out FBA, but that didn't really work out. So you're going to Poshmark, and Poshmark was okay. So now you're like, you know what? I'm going to do more Poshmark, less eBay. But then you completely stopped on eBay. And now you're trying to go back again. It's like kind of just going here and there, but none of them are really successful. It would make sense that if you found success on one, you'd keep going. But if you're just kind of here and there, it doesn't make sense in that part. So that's my example. And slapping these pieces together, you got to be together, all together with your plan and sticking to that plan. Jets and bills are undercutters. That's hilarious from Doug the Pug. Eddie, appreciate that $2 for consistency. $2, I like that. So adding on for the super chat. Glenn has to go AFC East. Take shots anytime you can at them. Um, yes, Stevie D, exactly. Even though I had to take shots at my own Dolphins that were behind. Let me see. Take pics with shoes in hand. Doug the Pug. That's hilarious. Let me see. Patriots, you're a smart reseller. You never overpay in long term, short term. Patriots have some things. Patriots aren't on here yet, but we will get to them. Okay, next one. Oh, the Browns. After struggling for many years, your time is now. You have a plan in place. Now it comes down to execution. So if this is you, and years, Browns, they've been struggling for years. Now, in your case, might be you've been struggling for a year, maybe months, maybe you've just been making, a little bit about money here and there, hasn't really grown, but now you're ready. Now you've put together a plan. Now you're committed to one platform, maybe a couple of platforms that have been working for you. You know how the system works, just comes down to execution for 2019. Will it happen? I don't know, but your plan is there. It only comes down to what happens from here on out on executing. Browns roster pretty legit now. Browns, a thrifter, after 20 years, finally discovered Nike factory store. Oh man, hustle! You guys are brutal out there. Let me see. Let's see. We're going to kill Steelers this year. They have their own slide. Cardinals had their own slide. Let me see. You guys laughed at me when I picked up those Brown jerseys. Tell them, Enrique, you got to tell them out there. People were laughing at the Browns. Now everyone's like scraping Browns. We want Browns jerseys. I'd never thought I'd see the day, but the time is now, and Browns are ready. Let's see. Browns been trying to sell RBX for years until they finally stumble upon sneakers draws. That's hilarious. Don't hate the Browns anymore. Joe Hayden jerseys. Swamp Picker, what's up? Man, those Joe Hayden jerseys, there were so many of them. Let me see. Oh, man, Stevie D, you guys are killing them. We can't say any injuries. I have the most loyal fans in the world. Been a fan for 35 years. Man, hardcore. All right, let's go to the next one. Browns jerseys. All right, next one. All right, Panthers and Steelers. So if you're in this mix, you've been doing well for most of the time, but you let drama and other factors ruin your momentum. And for Panthers, they've been doing well, and it's kind of started struggling. They had some owner issues with some drama stuff. Cam Newton's always in there somehow. Steelers had a full thing of drama. It's like they, mixed egos and personalities. And all these things come into play. And the thing is, for reseller examples that I throw in here, is that, I know people that have, emailed me DMs, and like, I even know what their store is and how well they've been doing. They've been telling me the progress. And then they get caught into like, man, I've gotten these returns. It's affecting me with this, or I can't find things in my area anymore. And things are unfair in certain situations with some of the platforms. It's like getting caught up in these things that it's killing your momentum, even though overall you've been doing so good. There's no need for any of that. And even for the drama factors, I'll even throw that out there for some of my own, YouTubers that we've talked with and been with, and they've been caught up in other drama stuff that, even though they have, talent and personality and people that love their channel, but they get caught in other things too. And it ruins the momentum for them, even though they've been doing well. So for Panthers and Steelers, there's my example of getting caught in things don't need to, and really getting your momentum down, and just keep going. And I guarantee you it's going to work. I remember when Hustlebee said, if a return bothers you, go get a job. Doug the Pug. Remembering some of these things. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's see. Raiders, loss prevention follows you everywhere. District deals. Let's go to the next one. All right. Every year, you think you have finally arrived among the elite, and when it comes down to prove yourself, you come up short. Chiefs, Bears, Chargers, Vikings, Falcons. And in this case, let's talk about proving yourself. In so out of these five, which is going to make sense, you're ready to go. You've done so well. And people have done this too, to where, like, they're part time, they figured out a system, they've done well for themselves. And then they think, man, next year, I'm going to do it. Next year, I'm going full time. Next year, I'm going to make this amount of money. Next year, I got these goals. I'm going to make it happen. And then it just doesn't happen. So in between that, what do you need to go to that next level? And it's almost it's consistently falling short at that last part. And I don't know. I think for the reselling thing, I've just known people that they're ready to make the jump, or they want to make the jump, and then they don't do it at the very end. And I think it might come back to haunt you if you've been thinking about it for a while. You want to go, you want to do this, you want to do that, and you don't take that extra, whatever risk may be, to do it. So that's my example for the coming up short of these teams. Uh, let me see. Let me go back. Let me go back up. Vikings, you buy Volo Chase. That's hilarious. Those are people that talk about goals, just continue to talk about it and never make them happen. Falcons get so many returns. Thought they had it. Dope. That's some Blair. Execute. There we go. Kirk Cousins is trash, man. Just waiting for the parking analogy. Well, the parking thing, that's the thing though. Parky, it's like they came down to the field goal, didn't happen. Vikings were in it for so long, especially the 1 year after they got the catch, everything didn't happen. Falcons made it to the Super Bowl. They blew it against the Patriots. Chargers pretty much had a great season. They disappeared once they played the Patriots. And it's like the whole season gone to waste. I remember when they beat the Chiefs, everyone's like, man, Phillip Rivers, he's going to do something. And then didn't happen. And then Chiefs again. I think Chiefs still have the most potential though, because they're the ones that have Mahomes are ready to go. B came up short in hoops 1-on-1. Brian, oh man, burning the B. All about execution. Exactly. All right, let's go to the next one. Here we go. You feel great, but you're just one major piece away from being at the level where you want to be. You're almost there at the elite level. And Eagles, for the most part, were there, right? I mean, they won Super Bowl. But you're just that one major piece. Now, this is different from the other example when I had, what was the mix between in there? Wasn't it like Colts and Texans and stuff like that? I feel on that one, you're doing well. There's several pieces you still need, but you already had a level of success. This one is like, you need that major piece and you'll go from there. This is where I feel like I'm at. I feel like I need that one major piece to do it. Like I've done out hustled and we've traveled, but we need to travel more. I've been selling, Nike on FBA. So, I mean, I got approved for that. I'm still doing that now. I've gotten into the other platforms. I found success. There's one major piece that I need, and I'm working on that. And I had a goal for 2019 that I have to make it happen. I'm still working on it. You guys will know once I figure it out, but that's where I feel like I need to be and want to be. Glenn already quit merch. It's hilarious. I definitely need to travel more. Had some Doug the Pug, Joseph the Faithful. Got to buy that sourcing van, looking for thrifts. So this is only one piece away from being that level. Let me know in the chat. Are you in this level though? Do you feel like you're in this level? Let me know in the chat. All right, our last one. And of course they got to get their own slide. Glenn wants to be a guru. It's hilarious. Got to get their own slide. Just to make an American Pickers show. That's from Corey. Hey, what's up, Corey? Good to see you too. Yeah, I need to. That's my next major goal, is getting a TV deal, Netflix deal. Patriots. So this is a level you want to be at, but everyone knows being on top won't last forever. Patriots will continue to win. That's kind of funny though about being being a cheater and getting inside deals. I probably should have thrown that out there. But with Patriots is the level you want to be at. Someone had thrown on there, I don't know about impacting the game being at Patriots level. Let me tell you why. Uh, because that is successful, but what's the ROI though? I feel like being at the top is like you have a great system in place that you're making really great ROI without burning yourself out and having a plan that you've worked so hard on that makes sense in the long run, and that any little fault that comes in, you're gonna find a way to fix it. Reminds me of like the very beginning of like when Patriots they struggle in the beginning, but they find a way to make it work as time goes on, and then next thing you know, they won the Super Bowl. Like, you have when you have some things that aren't working for you in your business, you have to figure it out and you have to continually make it work. And then once you do, it's like a lot of these small little faults aren't going to bring you down no matter what. So there we go for the Patriots. So let's see what happens. Impacting, is it Giants or Steelers? That's funny. Probably makes 15-20% profit. And look, that might work, but also look at how many products are live though. It's like 1,000 or was it like 1,300 live listings or things like that. I mean, that's a lot of work. I don't know if it's 1 to 2, 3, 4 people. I mean, it's totally different. But I'm talking about, I guess, what I would like to see, and having these little faults that it's not going to bring you down. Stay away from massage parlors for sure. A little rub and tug. I might want to stay away. $1 million sellers on FBA. So yeah, we're talking about big time deals that your system in place will not go down from any little thing. All right, we're done for NFL teams. We went through all 32 NFL teams. Let me know in the chat what you thought about our breakdown. This one actually took a little bit while because we're only 14 minutes away from our show ending. But that was my NFL team / business. I don't even know how to even, describe this whole thing, but we threw it in there. All right, let's go. Oh, we talked about that. Which team are you and why? So throw that in there. Which team are you and why do you think you are that team? I'll read them from the chat. You can throw it in there. Maybe you are the the Eagles and Rams. You're that one piece away. Maybe you're starting all over again, like my Dolphins are. Maybe you're a rookie like the Cardinals. Maybe you have a nice plan in place like the Browns, but you gotta execute. Let me know in the chat who you are. Or maybe you fall short like the Chiefs. Hopefully that's not you though. Okay, let's get into the comments section in the live show. This was from Justin. Justin, are you in there in the chat? I don't know. So this is in comment in regards to the to the foam posit, hiding foam posits at Burlington. Justin says, why are you working too hard, bro? Just walk to the front and ask them to hold them for you. They'll hold them until the end of the day and put them out the next day. You don't have to wait in line. Just have them hold them. Just trying to help, bro. Be safe. Mike says, now holding them is pointless. I put sneakers behind some random size 15 or 11 low top Under Armour that no one will look at, and they're usually there 2 days later. And then Kevin says, I have them hold them if I went too hard before I stumbled onto them. So here's the follow-up question. If you find shoes, the line is too long, do you hide them or do you give them to someone in the front for them to hold them for you? Do you trust anybody in the front to hold them for you for the end of the day? Or do you just hide them? Let me know in the chat what you do. Stevie D, $20. Stevie D, that's like $20. That's a really good shout out and super chat. And we gotta, what can we do for Stevie D to make sure you get a nice good plug in here? Videos got me into this game, and this community you can create it pushes me. So appreciate that, Stevie D, for the $20 and your comment and being here and watching every Wednesday for the live. So let me see. I'm all about hiding and getting dirty looks. That's hilarious. From loss prevention. That's from Gabriel. Front, have them held in the fitting room. There we go. I hide them. I'm Cardinals slash Browns. I'm hiding my find since it came out the womb. That's from Max. Hiding the find since it came out the womb, and he will not change. That's what's been working for him. Hide all day. Paper Drew. Wait in line, part of the job. That also makes sense. I know people that are, especially if like they're on the lunch break or things like that, they're like, man, I'm not gonna wait in this line. So they have to come back. That's what I did a lot of the times when I was on my lunch break. I had to go back and pick up the fines. Let me see. Hide them for sure, right? Kelly finds employees out here. That's hilarious. Let me go back up. Let me see. Stevie D, appreciate that again. Let me see. Team Billet Sheet, Patriots, Eagles, and Rams, one step away from easy living. That's from Bartek. I like that. Doug the Pug, Rams. I'm in Cali. Huge Dolphins fan here, but they start all over every year. Dolphins, and I love Dolphins clothes. Got to give it up to Dolphins, even though we're starting all over again. I know what you're talking about from Doug the Pug. And let me see. Corey says, I'm a Browns walking to the store with the Baker swag. Grab all the clothes. Grab all the shoes with OBJ's reach. Kick all the little kids in my way like Hunt. That's hilarious. Corey, side note, people try to hide shoes in between the racks on the floor. I've seen this. So in between, there's like small little cracks in between the racks at Burlington, and they try to squeeze them in there. So always look in there. You can move them out of the way, the shoes, and look through the rack, and there might be some shoes. So double and triple check that. Make sure it didn't freeze. No, it didn't freeze. Okay, let me go back. I'll go to the next comment. Oh man, District Deals had to outdo Stevie D. $49.99. Best content on the web week after week. Appreciate that. Everything Glenn and B. Make sure you buy B Korean barbecue. District Deals. Not only will I buy B barbecue, buying you barbecue. Next time we go to the DC area. So $50 and $20 from Stevie D. Appreciate that, District Deals. District Deals been killing it out there anyway. So you guys already know he's been making really good money. Look at his finds. Look how many stores he has. Appreciate that, District Deals. Yes, you're the man, definitely. Like Joseph said. Run through DC. That's funny, Stevie D. Appreciate that, Stevie D and District Deals. Go back to the comments. How do you guys get more than 10 pairs per transaction? How exactly did you tackle getting 50 shoes from one store with only 2 people? This is the video from me and Ken when we went to Out Hustled in Dallas, going to the Nike outlet, Nike factory stores, and we got the certain amount of LeBrons and Kyries. And so to answer this question, every store is different. And that's why we say some managers are cool, some managers aren't. Some managers aren't even there, like paying attention. Sometimes they're in the back chilling. When we bought the Kyries, they didn't have a limit for friends and family. Most stores do. Some of them follow through, some of them don't. When we went to buy the LeBrons, they were so picky. They wanted to make sure we had the dollar limit, make sure we weren't buying over a certain amount of even per pair. We had to buy those and we left. And nothing we can do about it. It was like 4 pairs each because of the $1,000 limit. That's the only thing we can do. We go to the other outlet where they have these Kyries, and they were extremely nice. They said nothing about the cost or value, whatever it was. They said nothing about per pair limit. So we bought as many as we could. And that's when we went back for the LeBrons, Ken got caught. And then I was able to buy another 4. So we double dipped and got technically 8 pairs for me that day, 4 pairs for Ken that day. And then we went back the next day and got another 4 pairs each. And then we went back down again at like before they closed to double dip again. So it was a combination of all of that. That's how we did it with the 2 people. All right. Sweet talking money. That's some hustle me. All right, let's go to the next one. Comments. So Brian said at 8:13 of this video, this is the video where I found the Air Max 270s, I think. No, you got another 4 pair. 8:13, he says, look, there's Yeezys, which is right here. And then Error Edition says, nah, not it, Chief. And this is actually a Tubular Doom Sock Prime knit. Now, usually when I get comments like this, I really don't care. A lot of it just comes from trolls and I get it. But the only reason why I brought it up today, because on Instagram, I got tagged, I don't know how many times on this post from outlet hunters of someone finding Yeezys at Ross, and it says size 8.5, $39.99. They didn't have, at least in this video, they just show them taking it out of a Ross bag, and it has a Ross tag. And of course, immediately was like fake, 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 fake. And then I think they followed it up with an actual in-store photo with the sensors and everything. So I've seen it all at Ross. I've seen it all at Marshall's, except for that time people were finding fragment ones at Ross. That one was very hard for me to believe. And that one, apparently people found it. People do this all the time where they switch out tags and they put on a Ross tag and they said they found these and whatever. You know, a lot of people didn't believe me at the time when I found, North Face Supreme shirt. They didn't believe that. Look at Eric, who found Supreme at the Supreme boots right at Marshall's. So when I see this, immediate thought fake. But I'm also like, nothing can surprise me at this point when it comes to Ross and Marshalls. Like it wouldn't surprise me if like District Deals or Half Filipino or someone all of a sudden was like, hey, I found, this random shoe that we never thought of would be there. Like, because it happens. So in this case, immediately, as of now, yes, I would say fake, obviously, with this. And put in the tag on there, whatever. But you should keep your eye out for a lot of other things out there. It doesn't mean you're going to find this or anything else. Just keep your eyes out there because you never know what random things are going to show up, period. At Ross or Marshall's or whatever else. All right. But like I said, I think I got video proof. That was someone said, because I did see the other photo with the sensors and everything. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I really don't know. I'm only saying things can happen. That's what I'm throwing out there. All right, down for we're the closing comments, closing shout outs, and Sin City Sorcerer got the pennies out there at Burlington. We also had Rare Kicks Club with Under Armour for the spikeless men's golf shoes. It's a pretty cool photo, by the way. I kind of like this like random, almost like a fireplace brick type of photo. I don't know why I liked it, but it did catch my attention. Authentic athletic apparel, just showing us the big sizes he had in his area with some of the Kyries and LeBrons and Hardens and PGs. And Faith, shout out to you too. With a little mix, we got the cleats, we got the indoors. I think back there we have the speed turfs, the red ones that we were talking about, which probably sold well. So shout out to you. And Fabe's finds, also Air Max 97s, the Band 32s. This one was at Ross. Fabe finds, so shout out to you as well. I know he's been finding really good things here and there. So I like that. And of course, you can tag me anything you want at Hustler Hacks on Instagram. And yeah, let me know what you find out there, and a nice little shout out on the live show. All right. Any last questions, comments, anything you want to throw out there? Now's the time. Again, shout out District Deals and Stevie D. Appreciate that for the super chat. That was awesome. And let me go here to the chat to see if anything else that I missed. New to the game, thanks to you guys. Should I ship internationally? That's from Luis. You should. GSP, or if you want to ship straight internationally, you can do that too. But I do recommend opening up that, at least those buyers out there. Do you ship priority mail all the time? Um, I don't, when it comes to like the first class easy clothing type of items, I don't ship priority for that. But for shoes, yes. What does your daily schedule look like? It depends, like, on how much editing I have to get done. For the most part, I try to go to all the stores every single day that I can. The same stores that I have, I'll try to mix in the route if I want to go to like the far west side. But for the most part, I'm like, um, you know, USPS, UPS, my route, and then into editing, into figuring out what I'm going to do for the live show, and then into shipping most of the time, like late at night. And it's usually how it goes. But the route, I'll usually do it like sometimes I'll mix it up in the mornings, sometimes I'll go in the afternoons, and sometimes I'll go like in between area. I like to mix it up just because I don't know when exactly they're going to restock. And the only way to figure that out is to go different times to figure the restocking times, or maybe certain times are better. So I like to just mix that up when it comes to that. How much time do you think you source daily? Roughly about 2 to 3 hours. Depends if I have to mix in thrifting in there. If I mix in thrifting, like for the last video that I did, it's going to take me longer. Or if I go further out, then it's going to take me longer. But sometimes like 4 to 5 hours. It's every day is different. That's what I like about being free and reselling and doing that, because you don't know how long it's going to take you. If you really hit something good, or maybe it's going to take you longer doing the research, maybe you're going to mix in certain stores, it's going to take you longer to figure that out and do that. But at least I know what I like about it, though. I'm not rushed like I did when I had a job, because I had to only go during my lunch break, only go when I was out from work. And I was, rushing back and forth in between stores and the post office, and not having no rush helps you tremendously in sourcing. Let me go back. Man, where am I? Been trying to go early. You see, Callie finds been finding stuff before I even wake up. That's from Doug the Pug. Lakers reversible jersey, $40 selling eBay for 165. Man, that's awesome. Reversible jerseys. We talked about the Celtics one, Lakers one out there. Look for those jerseys if you can. How the hell did you get ungated in Nike? It's kind of like, I know it's lame. Reezy gives the same the same example. I was grandfathered in, and this was probably about 4 years ago, maybe. And grandfathered in, I'd sold Nike, Under Armour, Vans, Adidas before on FBA, and for some reason, I can't sell Vans, Under Armour, and Adidas. I can only sell Nike out of all those brands, which is the better brand, of course, but I don't know what happened and why I couldn't sell the rest of them. So grandfathered in for Nike, and so I'm selling on there. Let me see. Let me go back. Man, where am I? I worked for FedEx. It's FedEx home delivery. So talking about Sean talking about the FedEx. Let me see. Go back up. Man, where am I? I think there was another question that I missed. Maybe I didn't. No. Let's see. Oh, priority mail. We talked about that one. Let me see. I got grandfathered in for all those. Yeah, I have no clue. I can sell Under Armour on Amazon. That's from Dan. I can sell Adidas, but not Nike. That's from Faith. So all four of us in different stages and levels on selling certain brands. Amazon is weird like that. And I don't know what happened like that. Let me see. Clyde, what's up? What are your daily sales, daily listings look like? Well, both of those are just going to be different. I mean, listings and sales. Can you talk more about FBA? I could do that. Unless you want me to do a show about FBA, but I can do that as well. FBA, I can tell you. Let me go back to the first one. Daily sales and daily listings. Sometimes I don't even list daily. If I didn't get anything that great, I try to list it, as soon as I possibly can. But there's sometimes that are meant for other platforms and apps, so you may not see it in the eBay thing. But if they're meant for eBay, I'll get it listed as soon as I can. As far as sales go, putting everything together, I mean, it's consistent, but it's a mix. I mean, one day FBAs might do a lot better for me, and then eBay might just be okay. eBay did really well for me this last weekend, because I ran promotions. And if I'm not running promotions, I notice that sales are just kind of like here and there, and things change. Let me go back. What was the other one? Talk more FBA. I can do that. And maybe I can do a whole show. What do you want to know about, I guess, FBA when it comes to like Nike, or maybe certain items in particular? Maybe you're talking about like toys, um, or maybe even sourcing. I mean, maybe we could just do a full FBA thing. And I can tell you that a lot of it is different from probably what you see when it comes to like YouTube and all that. FBA, everybody makes it seem so easy, and yet there's a lot of people selling the same things over and over and over again. And when repricers come into play, the profit that they initially thought was going to happen isn't happening. You really have to stay to the price that when you first scanned it, you first sent it in, that you're going to stay with that price. Once you start dropping it or matching the lowest ones, now you're giving them away. That doesn't make sense. I mean, you're not making money that way. So sales and profit, two totally different things, like we've always said. And FBA, I think a lot of that just gets lost. But maybe we can do a whole video for that one, maybe a whole live, and take. I never changed my price. There we go. That's the way you have to do it. And if you do, it would make sense. Like, okay, someone undercut you 5 cents or a penny or something. If that's what you really want to do and you want to match, you're not losing a lot. But when people are like, you're going in selling shoes at 99, and then now there's 20 offers at 69, that's a huge difference. You're not going to make money that way. So let me see. Make your money while you buy. Let me see. You never change FBA price. Okay. See a lot of people selling from Walmart, making money. They can do that as well. There's a lot of clearance. There's some Walmarts that have good clearance items that other Walmarts don't. I remember certain people that were, really good video games, probably like 3 years ago, that I had never even seen go down to a certain clearance at any of the Walmart stores. And there's good clearance items. There's replenishables. There's replenishables that people, of course, aren't going to tell you. That doesn't make sense. Like why they would do that part, because everyone, for the most part, has a Walmart and Target and Big Lots in their area. So for replenishable, it's just different from, let's say, Ross, or Burlington, where I've never seen Vapor Max. Will I? Maybe, maybe not. Things are different in certain areas. I hate the IP claims. I got an IP claim on eBay. Man, that's crazy too. On that, they take so damn long to pay out. I don't see myself relying on that as my bread and butter. So you can change some of the payouts. Just depends on your FBA. But for the most part, they're like at a 2-week thing where you got to wait and then get your payout and reinvest that money. Everyone's like kind of like on different levels when on their FBA account. And some people get it immediately. Let me see. So I think that's it. You can wait it out on the low ballers for Amazon. If it's well ranked, it'll sell quickly. You'll make good ROI. Yeah, if there's something ranked really, really well, there's no need to follow and lowball it. And I hate when people do that when the ranking is like less than 5,000, less than 10,000. Anything in like 50,000 to 100,000, is going to do well too. Well, in certain categories. But anything less than 50,000 automatically, they're going to sell well. And I've seen people, it doesn't make sense on why you would do that, and just automatically pretty much tank your own item. And also look at the offers though. Like I've seen offers that are like something that's selling at, $40, and then the next couple of sellers are at $60. Where are you going to be? Are you going to be at that 60 level? Are you in between? It wouldn't make sense to undercut that one if the other sellers after that are much higher. So is profit good on Amazon? Profit is good on Amazon if you're sticking to that same profit you initially scanned in. And you also got to do bulk. You're not going to sell Air Max Deluxe, one Air Max Deluxe on Amazon and cash out high ROI like you would at, the outlets that you got it for super clearance. It went down. You got it complete with box. You sold it on eBay or other apps. You cashed out high ROI. You have to go in volume. So an FBA, you better be sending in multiple products of that same one item. If you know they're selling well, keep it going, keep it moving. You're sending in a lot, and you got to do it consistently every week, every couple of days. If that's really your main thing, then you're shipping out pretty much every other day for FBA multiple items. I hate when people match are the penny cheaper than out the stock listing. I've seen people match prices that aren't even Prime shipping. I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, Prime, there's a reason why people go with Prime. It's free 2-day shipping. They're not going to look at the other sellers. They're going to charge you shipping and do all that. Why would you match that price? It's almost like a totally different levels on, fulfillment stuff with Prime. It's different. So let's see. I found some Vapor Max. Went reselling Hot Wheels Goodwill. Made $800 past 3 days reselling used exercise equipment. There we go. Clyde finding a nice little niche, making that money. And getting into local games, sold a pair of Air Max 95s locally for $160 cash. Doug the Pug cashing out with that. That's awesome. Hey, local stuff too. Don't sleep on that. People are willing to pay the price, and you're not paying any fees, collecting that money locally. That's good right there. All right. I think we're way over. It's already 8:10. All right. That's all the time we have for today. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that watched it. It was a random NFL breakdown, but I think everyone was in it and they stuck through the whole video and liked the little analogy. So appreciate that. We can talk about FBA. Maybe we can do a full show on FBA. That'd be awesome. And break down maybe certain categories, how it works. That's something you want to get into. So appreciate that. And the questions staying here, and everybody else that was, in the super chat and giving money. So Stevie D, District Deals, Eddie as well. So appreciate that. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. Got a new video coming out on Friday. Marshall's video on Friday. So we'll see you guys then. Go out and get it.